Uh
Hey, we live now, really.
Hey, we live now. Really? Really? Welcome in. Welcome in. Come on in, my beautiful people. Come on in, my beautiful people. How we doing today? How you doing today? That's a real question. Life good? You know, when life gets you down, you just gotta keep on pushing. You just gotta get back up, get back up, get back up. But yeah. Without further ado, yeah, we back. Did you read the title? We got a lot of stuff to get into today. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. If I was lying, I'd be flying. All right, and I ain't flying, and I ain't lying. But without further ado, man, it's a lot. It's a lot that we got to get into today. I don't want to wait. I don't want to procrastinate. All right, it is so much. It is so much that we have to get into today, my friend. All right, we have to get into yes, once again, the Nolan Wells story. And I sigh like that because, like I told y'all, until we start getting answers, until we start getting and seeking justice, that's the only way we're going to let up. Until then, I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's going to be a lot of us continuing to cover the story, a lot of us continuing to figure out what the hell is going on. Because at the end of the day, we must get answers. We have to get answers. Until we get answers, I promise you, there's no stopping. There is no stopping. We will get answers. I promise you that. You can bet your money on that. We will get answers. Whether you want to give us the answers today, whether you want to give us the answers tomorrow, it don't really make a difference. We will. And when I say we will get answers, my friends. You understand me? So don't worry about all that. What I need you to do, though, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sit back. I need you to relax. I need you to go ahead, grab some popcorn. Go ahead, do whatever you got to do to get comfy, get comfortable. You understand me? And yeah, get ready for these gems because I got a lot of gems for the masses and gems for y'all asses. You understand me? So, yeah, once again, sit back, relax, grab you a little snack or something. Hey, once again, we gonna get into the Nolan Wells story. We got some more updates for you. Got a few more interesting facts to bring your way. Things that we have to talk about, things that we must bring into the front of the congregation. Because at the end of the day, we will get to the bottom of what's going on. We ain't investigating like that, but we will be continuing to give updates. We will continue to spread the news about this story, and we will continue to, at the end of the day, do what's right. And what's right is continue to talk about this story until we ultimately get answers. Doing what's right is, being there for Nolan Wells' family the best way that we can. And at the end of the day, Nolan Wells, to be quite honest with you, the reason why I'm covering this story so much, dog, because I see so much of myself in Nolan Wells. An athlete, from what he's been talked about in his family, a person that lights up the room, a person that, always, cares about the next person, always wants to, see people with a smile on their face, always willing to put a smile on somebody's face, being charismatic, all those things. I think about myself when I was 18, wet behind the ears, just going and, entering college, to chase them NFL dreams, just like he was, and that's why for me, the story hits a little different, bro. Because for me, at the end of the day, when I have a son, when I have kids, I will want, you know, if my kid departed from this earth, I will want people to continue to talk about my kid. I will want people to continue to spread the story around until I get answers for what happened to my kid. At the end of the day, if I had a kid today, my kid would look like Nolan Wells. Period. If I had a kid today, my kid will look like me, a black African American male in America. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I can relate to this story in more ways than one, man. And especially being an athlete and especially being, Someone who went to college, went to a smaller school, and had aspirations to potentially go to a bigger school, which I did. And with Nolan Wells, he went to a smaller school. He dominated in high school. He was charismatic. He was loving. He had his opportunities cut short. And you hate to see anybody lose their life. And today, Nolan Wells, his family, laid him to rest. Rest in peace, my brother. You will never be forgotten. And you will be the pillar of what's next and where this country goes. Because I believe as time continues to tick by, as this story continues to grow, because it will continue to grow, it will be everywhere eventually. Right now, some people know about it, some people don't. Right now, some networks are covering it, some networks are not. Some networks are giving it a little bit of attention, giving it a little bit of spotlight, but it's going to come to a point where this story is front and center in all of our faces. And it's going to get to a point to where not only is this story front and center, this story will captivate a lot of people. Because at least for me, it's captivated me because, like I said, I can relate to him. I can relate to Nolan Wells. I can relate to being just an athlete out here who is friends with everybody, who loves everybody, never wants to see anybody down, never wants to see anybody, upset. Having white friends, going boating with those right friends. Dog, I was just on a boat this weekend. Wasn't with, white friends, but, my people. But at the same time, dog, like, you should, at the end of the day, you should understand and know that it's only the beginning with this Nolan Wells story. And with some of the things that I'm gonna show you today, you gonna raise your eyebrow or two. Promise you that. You're gonna raise your eyebrow or two. We're gonna go ahead and show a little bit of Nolan Wells, the funeral. We're gonna show some Al Sharpton. Oh my goodness. We're gonna show Al Sharpton addressing and talking to um the I was gonna say the congregation. We're gonna show him talking to the family and the people who was there at the funeral. We're gonna also show the parents speaking at the funeral. We're just gonna pay our respects in the best way that I know how, and not just by bringing attention, bringing lights again to this story. And you might be tired of me talking about Nolan Wells and giving you updates about him, but at the end of the day, like I said, can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. And I'm not stopping. So if you here for me to talk about sports, don't trip. Hey, don't even trip. Don't even trip. We got sports coming. All right, today we will dive into Shedeur Sanders and what Rex Ryan is doing. Hey, Rex Ryan, you out here. Hey, hey, you about 70 years old, dog. Your coaching days is in the past. You ain't coaching in more than a decade, but you here want to talk about a young man just out here living his best life after he just put on a kids camp. Bro, we gonna get into it. We're going to get into it. All right, we're going to get into Shedeur Sanders and Rex Ryan and what he had to say. We're going to get into Cam Skattebo doing backflips. Damn, they almost broke his neck. We're going to get into that. We're going to also get into the LeBron James saga because at the end of the day, LeBron ain't picking no team no time soon. And I ain't going to lie to you. I was hoping the announcement came last week. I'm upset. I'm tired of waiting. Bron. At the end of the day, bro, you got 3 teams to choose from. You said it came down now to 3 teams. 3 teams. Trade. 3. Golden State Warriors, Championship Sixers, and goddamn Miami. Yeah, if you go back to Cleveland, yeah, they at the bottom of my bracket right now. But the 3 teams you said at the Fanatics Fest was the Golden State Warriors, right? 76ers, y'all, in Miami. Those are the 3 teams you said at the Fanatics Fest. So we're going to take you for your word. Bruh, pick a goddamn team. All right, I'm trying to see which games I'm going to this season. I'm trying to go ahead, see who I'm going to be watching on the side a little bit out of the corner of my eye. I'm trying to see, how the shit going to stack up this year. I want to go ahead and make me some, preseason bets, picking a team that's going to win a chip next year because it's been different teams every single year. So, Brian, I might choose your squad, man. But I need you to tell me what we want. Well, I ain't going to say we because I ain't a fan like that. But where you going? Because I'm going to be watching. I ain't going to lie to you. Except if you go back to Cleveland, yeah. Go to Miami, yeah. But you go to the Sixers or you go to Golden State, I'm tuned in. I'm doing all the way in, baby. You understand? Hey, so Brian, where you going? You ain't got to play. You ain't got to lie. Just tell me the truth. I just want to know where we going or where you going. I keep on saying we because, I'm ready damn to jump on the bandwagon just for one season. Just for one season. That's it. That's it. I'm lying. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and get into everything I have going on for you. Going on today on today's episode. Let's go ahead and jump right into the Nolan Wells story. Yes, we're gonna always hit him first because I love to get into the funner topics later on in the episode. So, not saying, this topic is not fun. It's not fun talking about somebody who passed away. It's not fun, doing an investigation because they ain't doing a real investigation. Because who knows what the hell, the Jackson County Sheriff's Department out there doing? Because the internet, I ain't gonna lie, we gonna solve this goddamn case. Well, y'all gonna solve the case. I'm just gonna talk about it. Allegedly, this is some of the things that's going on. But just remember I said that allegedly because I ain't trying to get sued. I don't want no smoke. Y'all got a little money down there in Mississippi. I'm okay. But anyway, man, I hope life is good though. Before we get into this topic, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your family is good. I hope that you're living your best life. And before we get started, all right, I didn't say this earlier, but I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do me this one favor. I need you to make sure you do me a favor and do this. Can you please do this? Make sure you send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend of another friend, little Johnny, little Timmy, and don't forget about little Susie, and don't forget about little Josh who just moved up the street around the corner from her. Come on now, you can't keep all these gems to yourself. Spread the love. All right, come on now, don't be selfish. Spread the love. It's not good. It's not good when you're selfish like that and keeping all these gems. I'm throwing gems out here. Yeah, you can't keep them all for yourself. All right, that is not right. You know that. All right, stop being selfish. But for real, send this to everybody. And make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button, wherever you're getting this feed from. Make sure you show me some love. All right, I appreciate you in advance, baby. Yeah, I do. All right, but without further ado, all right, at the funeral earlier today, Nolan Wells, his mother spoke, and also Nolan Wells, Ben Crump, his attorney, spoke, and Al Sharpton, he was the one, probably the lead reverend, aka the lead pastor who delivered today's sermon and delivered today's eulogy and things of that nature. So we're gonna get into all that. First though, I want to play this video. Because this video will kind of give you a little bit of news to something that I'm happy that they're doing, because everybody, hey, money talks. So hopefully this potentially will bring some people forward, and this potentially will get some people, come out the woodworks. Say what you got to say, dog. Say it with your goddamn chest too, because we must know what happened to Nolan Wells. And if we got to throw some money out there to y'all, we're going to throw some money out there to y'all. Al Sharpton, what we got for the people? Because everybody don't want to say nothing. Everybody want to be hush, quiet. But guess what? I bet you want a couple dollars. Because if I had some money, I'd probably throw some money on top of it too. But hey, boys' pockets, I don't got them deep pockets like y'all got. But anyway, watch the video.
I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened.
Yeah. Need that.
He was not on that island by himself.
Need that.
Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth. Whatever it is, good or bad. We're not going to prejudge it, but we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction. And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down. I just got a text, Christine and Elmer, that Tyler Perry said he would pay for the funeral. He must be watching. Because he said, I'm going to match you and put up $50,000 more.
Yo.
So we putting up $100,000 for anybody that'll come forward. We just want the truth. That's all.
That's it. And this is a key part. We just want the goddamn truth. We don't care if it was just him drowning. We don't care if he accidentally, fell into the water. Dog, just tell the truth, bruh, of what happened. It's easier to tell the truth than it is to try to cover up a lie. Because once you tell one lie, you got to tell another one. You got to tell another one. You got to tell another one. And that's what them families and the boys who lying, that's what they're going through. Just give them the goddamn truth, bruh. Somebody out there knows what the hell happened. So, yeah, we got to throw a little money into the pot. God damn it, we got to throw a little money on the goddamn pot. We going to figure out what the hell happened. But continue, Reverend.
We just want the truth.
Just want the goddamn truth. That's it. $100,000 reward. Now on the line. If you know something, if somebody you know something, tell. We snitching. Hey, we accepting all snitches. Please, tell. We need you to tell. We want you to tell. Do what's right. So, at the funeral, not only did that happen, so L. Sharpton, he's putting up $50,000. Tyler Perry texted him mid-funeral because he was watching and said, I got another $50,000 on top of your $50,000. $100,000 goddamn dollars. Somebody come up and say something. Give us a break in the case. Tell us what really happened. Send a goddamn picture. Send a video. Hopefully it leads to a deeper investigation. Hopefully it leads to an arrest or an indictment. Just give the family answers, bro. Still, how many days? 2 weeks, 14 days, 15 days, 16 days. No autopsy still. No incident report. Dog, what y'all doing out there in Mississippi, bro? But I pray somebody in Mississippi comes forward. Collect that $100,000, bro. And help the family get peace. Because if it was your family, if it was your family member, if it was somebody who passed away in your family, if it was your brother, your sister, your mother, your cousin, your brother, your aunt, your grandma, whoever, when you want answers. Whether you're Black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Hispanic, African, don't matter. Your race, or your ethnicity. You will want answers too. Right is right, wrong is wrong, bro. Right is right, wrong is wrong. The family wants answers. And, dog, my heart goes out to Nolan Wells' mother because, bro, it takes a strong woman. Because most people, at least in my history of, because this ain't the first funeral I didn't watch live stream of one of how can I say this without being rude or being, this isn't the first funeral I watched online of a major story that hit the airwaves and of a African American person, aka a Black person, passing away. This ain't the first time I didn't watch one online because I'm aware of what happens to my people. And it ain't all the time, and it ain't, but it happens more than it happens to the other kind, to the other people, to other ethnicities. I'm just saying. So for this mother to come out and have these words and work up the courage to speak at her son's funeral, because not a lot of parents speak at their funerals. Not a lot of parents speak at the child's funeral when somebody is deceased or when somebody dies, because it's tough. It's hard. They're still grieving. It's hard to find the words. It's hard to gather up the courage to do that. She's still grieving. Still is a mother who was expecting her son to bury her one day. That's the gradual progression of life. To have the child bury the parent, not the goddamn parent bury the child. The natural progression of life is having the child one day put their parents to rest. That's the natural cycle. Anyway, let's get to the video. Not bad, y'all.
First, I want to give all thanks and honor and glory to God for choosing Elmore and me to be Nolan's parents. We thank you, Lord, for the beautiful 18 years that you blessed us with him. Thank you for the joy he brought not only to our family, but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched.
Should give you chills, bro.
Nolan had such a gentle, calming spirit about him. He had a way of making people feel seen, welcome, and valued.
That's unknown.
He could lift your confidence with just a few words and make you feel like you belonged. If you ever had the privilege of meeting our son Nolan or calling him a friend, then you experienced a glimpse of God's love through him. He was both protective and nurturing. He often told us that one day he wanted to have 3 daughters that he would name Sophia, Charlotte, and Olivia.
That's kind of random. Nolan, that's sort of you, my guy. You know you want to be a girl dad, man, but we gotta talk about them names, man. I'm gonna holler at you one day, man. One day in heaven, man. We gonna have to talk about them names, dog. You can name a daughter Shaquiqua or Alexis. I'm just playing. That's sort of Nolan though. For that made me smile, man. My guy wanted to be a girl dad. That just showed you the kind of heart he had. Anyway.
He had a deep love for the Lord and an unwavering faith that was evident in the way he lived his life. As much as our hearts are broken, we find peace in knowing that our son is resting in the arms of the Lord. We will miss everything about him, from his quiet nature to the corny jokes, his gentle smile, the way he made everyone around him feel comfortable, loved, and at ease. Your absence has left an emptiness that can never truly be filled. A piece of our hearts will always be missing. Nolan, your father and I are incredibly proud of you. We've always been proud of you, of the young man you were, and we will always be proud of the legacy of love, kindness, and faith that you have left behind. In a world that can often feel dark, be like Nolan. Be the light that brightens the lives of those around you. Be the warmth for those who may be feeling the coldness of the world. Love deeply, protect fiercely, and welcome others with kindness. And remain faithful, knowing that God is always with you. Lastly, I ask that each of you keep Nolan's memory alive. Hold him close in your hearts. Share his stories and never stop saying his name. As long as we continue to remember him, his light will continue to shine through us all. Nolan, we love you. We'll continue to fight for you. Yes. And until we meet again, and thank you all for coming. Thank you.
You guys gotta excuse me. I might be kind of all over the place a little bit. First of all, I want to say out of all my kids, Nolan was the one that would crawl backwards on the regular, like babies.
See, that's the smiles, bro. Got me damn near finna tear up over here, man. The smiles, bro. The little things, the little moments. That's what this family has to grasp onto, those memories. They got to cherish those memories. They got to appreciate those memories. And this right here, dog, it's tough, bro. Now all this family has is memories. God damn, bro. Tough to watch, man. That's up to the family, though. That smile, though. Those memories. When you lose someone, that's all you got. You ain't never lost someone, you'll never understand, man. But those memories, those little moments, man. That's what it's all about. That's what to you, Pops. That's what to you, Mama. Let's finish, though.
Crawl forward, he would crawl backwards. And he had this crazy haircut that I don't know. You had to see it to know him. But I want to start off by saying how proud I am of you, my son. You grew up to be a very young man that everyone enjoyed to be around. The constant lectures from me about having character, self-respect, self-discipline, and perseverance really hit home with you at an early age.
For sure. Yeah.
These were the things that I had to live through.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. What's going on? Hold on, chat. Oh, okay. That was a video. My bad, y'all.
So the only thing we had was that Walmart special, the little plastic one that everybody breaks in the first few days. But on that first day of tryouts, you shocked me and your mom. And just to make a long story short, you, Jalen, and Javon won y'all first championship together. Middle school was even more exciting because you were not just making a name for yourself on the football field, the basketball court, and the baseball diamond, but you were also laying the groundwork for your little brother Elmore.
See, let me pause this one more time, y'all. I know we gonna get through this video, all right? Because after this, I really do have like a few updates for y'all. But I gotta give and show my respects to the family and spread their words that they had for their child and their son who they just lost. And if I'm being honest, it comes down to, bruh, like, this is why I'm covering this story, dog. It hits home. It hits different. I don't care whether he drowned. I don't care whether they killed him. I care that someone who had their whole life in front of them lost their life. Because I grew up doing the same thing. I grew up playing baseball, football, basketball all my life. If you haven't listened to, saw or heard about my story personally, I'll put the link in the chat towards the video that kind of explains a lot more about me. But the reason why this story hits home, because Nolan is just like all of us. He was an athlete. Someone who just was chasing ball, chasing the love of the game. Normal kid, had friends, white, black, Mexican, don't matter. Just like I did. I grew up being around everybody, loving every color of the rainbow. Whether you're black, Mexican, you can be purple for all I care. I love you and I appreciate you. But Nolan reminds me a lot about myself, dog. Truly. Wouldn't lie to you. At least from the stories I've heard, from the person and the character that he was, and for his life to be cut short at only 18, that makes you put your morality and put your life in perspective. Because now, all we got is the memories. All we got is the stories. But that's up to Nolan Wells' family, his mother, his cousins, everybody in the family. My respects to y'all, the Wells family. But that's up to the parents for being brave enough to step up here because this is not easy. This is not easy.
I nicknamed you Mr. Cool Hands because it seemed like you was catching a touchdown every game. You wanted to be the best. So I poured all my knowledge into you that I could by taking you to the gym to work out, taking you to the beach to do drills in the sand, teaching you how to watch film, how to study your opponent's strengths and weakness. And you carried these teachings all the way through high school and had an amazing run. Also during that time, you made a lot of friends. You helped a lot of people and you became well liked by many. It really warmed me and your mother's heart when we would get a phone call or an email from a teacher talking about something that you did for a fellow student. All the teachers love Nolan. The day you came home from college, you came in the room and you asked me about training. You would always ask us or always tell us about things that you want to do for us. When you signed with a school, you want to do this and take me and your mother there. And I would always tell you that, son, you need to take it one day at a time. During this time, you trained, you worked out. The bond with your younger siblings grew stronger because they looked up to you for motivation, especially your younger brother, which played the same position that you did. You guys' competition, Cannon, Nolan loved you, and he wanted you to do just as good as he did. Ethan, the same way. Even though you weren't a receiver, he wanted you to do great things. Carly, Jaden, with you guys being the oldest, he wanted the best for you guys. And I know that he would have did anything he could to make you guys happy. I just want to say thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for coming out and celebrating our son. Nolan meant a lot to a lot of people. And today it just shows us how much he meant to the community, to the country, and to the world.
And one more side piece. You can see how hard this is for the father. You can see how hard it was for the mother. He up there shaking, bro. Because probably never in a million years would he think he'd be up here burying his son.
Thank you. Thank you guys again for coming out. We appreciate it.
Can we have all of his sisters and brothers to stand? Give the family your love.
I had to show that though, y'all. Had to. It was a must. Because at the end of the day, if I'm being honest, this is every family's worst nightmare. Don't matter what side of the aisle that you on, bruh. Don't matter if you on the left or you on the goddamn right. No family should ever have to bury their goddamn child. No parent should ever have to bury their child. Dog had his whole life ahead of him. Had the college that he probably wanted to go to in mind after he, starting off at a JUCO. Had the aspiration that, hey, NFL dreams. I got to keep on putting in this work. Pops, how do I go about training? How do I do this? How do I do that? Dog. RIP to the family, man. And to be quite honest with you, me covering this story, just for all y'all people who got something to say, I ain't covering this story for no likes, no clicks, none of that. I'm covering this story because if I ended up in this situation, I would hope that people continue to spread my name, continue to spread the truth about what happened and what's going on. There's a lot of false information out there, but the truth is, at the end of the day, the truth is, they just want answers, bro. They just want answers. They just want answers. What's wrong with just wanting answers? There's nothing wrong with just wanting answers. They deserve answers. They do. God bless them. And I pray that y'all get y'all answers. All right. Shortly after the funeral, they then went and proceeded to have a press conference afterwards to kind of take questions, update the people, us, about what's going on with the case and, just about the funeral and things like that in general. So here's the press conference that happened afterwards. I'm not going to show too much of this. We're going to kind of zoom through it a little bit, but I just wanted to show this because obviously it's a part of the funeral services, or it was a part of the funeral services. And then after this, we're going to get into some deep dives with this investigation. Well, at least the internet investigation.
Be mindful of the fact that these two parents have just funeralized their son, and we would hope you respect that. They've just got off the phone with Tyler Perry, thanking him again for paying for the funeral, and now matching me and putting up now a $100,000 reward for anyone that gives information that directly leads to the arrest and prosecution and conviction of someone if a crime was committed. We are committed in Nash Action Network and other organizations to stand for this family. It does not end with the funeral. We intend to be vigilant on this local investigation, and we intend to push as hard as we can to find out what happened, what was this cause of this tragedy. Clearly, the inconsistencies and unanswered questions leaves a serious cloud. We are not making direct accusations, and we don't appreciate those that are making them against Nolan. We want the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts, and sometimes the truth is also something that is required. So we'll take your questions, Attorney Ben Crump and I, and if you have something that is that you want to ask the family. Again, if you go beyond the boundaries of what is appropriate, I will stop the question, not the family, because they're not here to be ridiculed. They are here because they're mourning, and they had enough heart to say they would come with us to the press conference.
Just very briefly, I want to thank Reverend Al Sharpton. And we want to tell you all the truth of what we saw or what we videotaped or photographs we took. And we believe that everybody should want the same thing, the truth. And it is imperative, as soon as possible. Do not let time continue to. It's been 2 weeks now almost. Let's intensify, and that's why I'm grateful for the reward. Let's intensify this search for the truth, because they have a tendency to sweep things under the rug as time goes by. We don't want too much time to go by when memories get foggy, when people start to feel pressure. They heard a law enforcement person say no foul play, so they don't feel like if they say anything, it's going to be a task.
I'm praying for your family, and I hope you you get answers to your questions soon. I just wanted to know, with the community turnout, the football players there, the state reps, everybody came out today. What does that mean to you and your family?
That means a lot. Again, that is a testament to who Nolan is and was as a person, how many people he touched. It's also a testament to those who have questioned our parenting, you know, what type of parents we are to all of our children. And we just cannot thank our community enough for rallying around us during this time. Also, again, to Colin Kaepernick, Tyler Perry, Byron Allen, like just so much love from places we could have never imagined. And we're grateful. Thank you.
Danielle Willis, WJTV out of Jackson. And again, my condolences as well to you all. We are praying for you in your time. And what would transparency look like to you all? I know we spoke about transparency during the eulogy.
We need to hear exactly with evidence of what they say happened. I think that part of what embellished the concerns we had was for someone in law enforcement here to say, we see no foul play.
And not only did the goddamn sheriff say that 2 seconds after getting on the goddamn scene, the governor came out just last week and said the same shit. After he said, "Oh, I haven't been updated, or I don't know too much about the case, but there's suspected to be no foul play." You just repeating what the sheriff said, and then, dog, it's been about 3, 4, 5 days. What the hell are you saying? You ain't know nothing about the case? You the goddamn governor. You run the whole state. Fuck you mean you don't know nothing about the case? And you saying it's foul play too? And then you say, "Oh, well, me and the sheriff, we know each other, but I haven't been briefed or I haven't been updated." What the hell are you talking for? Why come up to the podium and talk about Nolan Wells in the case if you don't know what the fuck is going on within the case? But you definitely come out and say, "Oh, well, there's suspected to be no foul play or no foul plays from what I've seen." Not only the punk ass sheriff said that, you said that too, Governor. So what are we talking about? So yes, that's why they want answers. That's why they want to be a transparent investigation. Because, dog, y'all can't be trusted. Once again.
Was for someone in law enforcement here to say, we see no foul play. So they're really going to have to show us one way or another where they go from here. The fact is that you cannot convince many of us, given the unanswered questions, cell phones, stuff taken off the cell phone, keys, all of which was at first denied. And no one they did not come to the family. The family started missing him and searching for him. All of that does not add up. So what we would want to see is something that adds up to saying truth, not adds up to just some loosely connected stories.
Facts.
The only thing I would add to Reverend Al's answer to your question, what is transparency to us? It is truly having a fair and impartial investigation, as if Nolan, the facts were reversed. I mean, it's inescapable. People often talk about, well, you all keep interjecting race. Well, y'all know in every situation that is a identifier when you're talking about matters. We hear black on black crime. It's inescapable. And so we want to really be able to say to this family, but to America, it was a fair investigation. Everything they did had the roles been reversed racially, where they had 3 young black men and a white man died after being on the boat. You have his cell phone. Those are the things that we're searching for. Did you search their phones?
Because at the end of the day, once again, if it was 3 black boys and the one white boy don't come back, it would have been all over the news. they would have been guilty until proven innocent. They would have dug into their backgrounds and said, Lil Johnny was arrested and he was in juvie in 2013. Lil Billy was arrested and he was in, like, dog, they would have did a whole factual back check on all of them. If it was a black boat with 3 black boys and 1 white boy, facts. I said if it was a black boat, you get the point. Let's get back to the video.
You know, we talking about Nolan's phone. Those are the questions that transparency, the autopsy, you know, we waiting for it. It shouldn't take that long. We want those answers.
The autopsy. What they waiting on? The autopsy. The autopsy. They waiting on the autopsy. Still ain't got it. But y'all want them to release their autopsy first. The individual autopsy. Oh, okay.
And so transparency is giving complete equity to this family. A fair and thorough, impartial investigation where we know that due process was respected every step of the way. And many have questions. And so we are trying to be respectful and collaborative as much as we can. We will hope that they will give the same to us.
Attorney Crump, we talked before about situations like this, and I'm just wondering, does it bother you a little bit that we don't have that news conference where officials are given a timeline, where they map things out for what they know, where they share as much information as they have with the public? Because obviously people are paying attention.
Yeah, you know, Ryan, it's...
Whoa, shit. Whoa. They do that for other investigations. They do that for other people who don't look like us. They would have been did that if it was 3. I digress. What was the question again? Let's repeat. Let's whoever this reporter is, hell of a goddamn question.
Bother you a little bit that we don't before about situations like this, and I'm just wondering, does it bother you a little bit that we don't have that news conference where officials are given a timeline, where they map things out for what they know, where they share as much information?
Hell yeah, fucking bothering. Because it's bothering me. It's messed up, bro. The double standard. The 2 different Americas. Shit's alive and well, and this shit's real.
As they have with the public, because obviously people are paying attention.
Yeah, you know, Ryan, it's always troublesome to all of us when these investigations just take forever. I mean, 6 months to get a toxicology report back, to get an autopsy done, as if, you know, the longer we let it go, the more people forget. Other things happen, it gets swept under the rug. And so that's what's important, to have a timeline. And when you don't have that timeline, you start to say, oh, what Nolan Wells, what happened? I mean, I remember that case, but we got no answers. And so that's the trouble without having a timeline. And so that's why the people who are calling us, I mean, we have people presenting videos, and it's so helpful as we try to put this puzzle together. People are talking about their boats, and when they were out there, and when they were in earshot of Nolan and people on the boat, we need all of that information because we want to make sure what goes to the grand jury is accurate.
Right.
We know when it goes to the grand jury, we never will know what happened in that grand jury. That's why we're collecting affidavits. Did this get presented to the grand jury? It's never lost on me. It's never lost on me. You can get an indictment on a ham sandwich in the grand jury if you want to. The question is, are you trying to get to the truth? Are you trying to help keep the truth hidden from us. And that's what we're fighting for. The last thing I would say is this, and it's important. You know, there are people who are presenting videos, photographs that may show Nolan was on the boat with the person, Katie. We got to fully bet that I respect so much what my mentor, Reverend Al, said up there. We're going to go wherever the truth leads us. We want the truth no matter who it implicates or exonerates. We want justice no matter who it acquits or convicts. So we know they're telling two different stories. You know, the boys telling one story, Katie telling one story. What is the truth?
One more question. Obviously, Mom.
Because if we being honest, if we get into the root of the problem, if we get into the root of all this, if we're really, talking about what's going on, if we're really talking that talk, dog, it come down to, at the end of the day, you know how other investigations go. When the county and the police department, they're giving you timelines, they're giving you updates, they're briefing the public and actually letting the public know what's going on instead of letting the public just speculate, instead of letting the public just come up with their own conspiracy theories, instead of letting the public just talk. Where's the incident report that you were supposed to give to the family after 72 hours? That's a state law in Mississippi. Where's the autopsy that we still waiting on? Come on, bro.
My dad, thank you for doing this news conference with us. But so many people from the community, both black and white, showed up today. Coaches said that they would love to have your son be their son. When you hear men and teammates reflect on your son's life in the way they have, can you explain to us what that sounds like in your hearts?
Man, that's giving me chills, bro.
To me, that sounds like me and my wife did an excellent job at raising a fine young man.
Yes.
Nolan was loved by many, both young and old. He helped a lot of people. No matter if you were regular or handicapped, people still love Nolan. He would help special needs. He would help special needs kids all the time. Basketball, teach them how to play basketball. I mentioned in my speech about getting phone calls and emails. There was a father who asked Nolan to help his special needs son train for basketball, and Nolan did it willingly. And that made that kid's day. And he seen me out one day and he couldn't stop thanking me and praising me enough for the son that I raised and how much that meant to his son. So as far as I'm concerned, we did a great job.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
One more question. Kevin, David, 4.5. We were asking, did you guys ever get the incident report back? We know it was an issue getting it.
No, we brought that up in our meeting, so hopefully we will address that. Won't be today, but we will address that.
Okay.
Yeah, they gonna address it. Because in the state of Mississippi, you're supposed to get the incident report 72 hours after the goddamn death. But it's been reported, some other news outlets, they got the incident reports. How the hell y'all get an incident report when the family ain't even get an incident report? Make it make sense. If you ain't trying to cover it up, put everything in the forefront. If it was just a drowning, let us know it was a drowning so that way everybody can be on their way. Because if the autopsy really had the results, it was just a drowning, water in the lungs. How come you just didn't release it right away to put the public at ease? Let everybody else shut up. Oh, this is what the autopsy says. What the hell are we still waiting for? Because it's something fucking else. How come you didn't get a family an incident report? You can get your ass sued from that alone. Because that's what the family is entitled to. Where the fuck is the incident report? It's supposed to come out 72 hours. Or I think, is it 48 hours or 72 hours? That's a state of Mississippi law. They're already going to get sued potentially because of that. It shouldn't. Come on, bro.
Hi, my name is Ken. I'm from DFW Night Shift Crime in Dallas, Texas. I just want to offer my condolences to you. I wanted to ask you, what does honoring Nolan's legacy look like for your family moving forward? Are there any foundations, scholarships, community initiatives, or causes you hope people will support in his memory?
Absolutely. This is actually something my cousin Keezy and I have briefly discussed. But of course, with everything that's going on, we want things to kind of cool down a little bit. My husband and I, honestly, we have not fully processed this. We have not fully grieved Nolan, but that is the plan, is to come up with some foundation just to honor him, but also to United Cajun Navy. Big help. Boots on the ground almost immediately after I spoke with Josh Gill. So, we have to remember those types of organizations in our communities and utilize them, but also give back to them. So that is our hope, that we'll be able to give as much as we've been given during this time.
Yes.
Amen.
Stephen Smith with the Associated Press. Is there any update to the independent autopsy that you guys requested?
Sure. And just on that last question, very good question. Christine and Elmore and Cliff Jones and Lisa Park at office, they talk frequently, and that's one of the things she stressed at the funeral service. She wanted to celebrate his life and define what his legacy will be. So we look forward to working to define his legacy. Nobody else is going to define his legacy but the people who knew him best.
Sorry.
Yeah. As it relates to the independent autopsy, we are looking to have findings sooner rather than later. Obviously, you want stuff from the first autopsy because they had the body closer to time. We got the body almost 6 days later, Dr. Roger Mitchell. So there are limitations as to what he could do. So, you do the best you can, but there are unanswered questions. So he's getting his report together. I believe it will be coming very soon. Yeah.
Yes, but continue to play chess and not checkers. Why the hell would they release their independent autopsy that they had performed when they had to perform 6 days after, and then also when they were the second people to get the body after the police department and after, obviously, the coroner, the one that was on site when they got the body first? Y'all been had the body. Y'all had the body when it first happened. What the fuck are your autopsy report? Yes, we're waiting on the tox. We waiting for the analysis of whether I always say it wrong, the toxicology report, whatever the hell the report is. You know what I'm trying to say. How come we haven't got that report yet? That report is supposed to tell how much alcohol he had in the system and how the drugs that he had in the system. The toxicology report, I think that's what it is. I think I said it right, potentially. Who knows? But you get my point. We ain't releasing nothing till y'all release y'all stuff first. Then as soon as you do, boom, here go our stuff. Chess, not checkers, dog. Keep on playing, Crump.
Let me take one. I'm going to take three more. 1, 2, and we'll come back to you.
Janelle Griffith with People Magazine. I also want to extend my condolences and to thank you for allowing the media to come. I know you didn't have to allow us to be here. I just had 2 small questions, both related to cell phones. One of the things that came out of your meeting with the local DA was that you agreed you would both analyze Nolan's phone. I wanted to know when that might take place. And the other was that at the end of the last press conference, you said that, Ben, you said you wanted everybody's cell phones looked at. So that, to me, that meant the other young men that were with Nolan that day. Did you communicate that to the DA, and what did she say? If so, have they analyzed their phones? Do they plan to?
I did communicate that to the district attorney. Whether they're going to do that, that's a question that you have to ask them. But we thought that it's only fair if we're going to look at Nolan's phone, we should look at the other people who were with Nolan that day. Because, again, we just want equal justice. We think that if Nolan was on that boat, roles were reversed, they would look at his phone. And so that is going to be important. We have not established a time yet of when we're going to do the mutual inspection of the cell phone, we have to do some technical things. We're getting our experts together, working with phone companies and so forth, but we hope to do that sooner rather than later. This was a big first step for the family getting through the day. So now we can get laser focused on all those things to finish this investigation.
Amen.
Will Polson with WLOX. Ben, you had mentioned that it had been a couple of days, I think you had said 6 days, since after the state's autopsy was done before you were able to get access to the body. I know whenever it first came out, it was being flown to DC and then autopsy planned for that Friday. Can you confirm when that autopsy was done?
They had weather issues, so I do think they got the body Friday night or Saturday morning, around that time.
Is that the same day that the autopsy was?
I can't confirm that. I know they received the body, and I think they immediately went to it. It would be in the report the date they did the autopsy. Yes.
Miss Selena Charles, the Purpose for the People.
Always on one before.
You guys are supposed to be having a rally on the 26th. Is that still going to occur?
Well, I think that was the community, people who are activists who we're very
Look at that face. She said a rally. We ain't doing.
Well, I think that.
Hey, look at the mother face.
Community.
She said we ain't doing none of that shit.
Activists.
We need answers from my son. Look at the face. She looking confused as hell.
I think that was the community, people who are activists who we're very grateful. Well,
look at the mama. She like, Ben, we ain't doing that shit. Hey, Nolan, your mama funny, man. That's on the Miss Wells, man. That's on the Miss Wells. She like, hey, who y'all hear that from? Because that is false. That is a community. We don't got nothing to do with that.
I think that was the community, people who are activists who we're very grateful, standing up, demanding a fair and impartial investigation. And we want to say thank you to all the community leaders and activists standing up saying, no, we want a timeline. We want transparency. We want them to check cell phones. We want everything that you would have done had it been your child. So that's what they're going to be talking about on the 26th.
Amen. Goddamn bomb for Ben Crump. That's probably, to be quite honest with you, that's probably that right there. That right there. That's probably the most competent Ben Crump I've seen. He was on point with the questions. He had his responses ready. Ben Crump, you must have got some good sleep last night, boy. That's sort of Ben Crump, man. That's probably the most, I don't know. He old, man. Let me stop. I digress. That's sort of Ben Crump, though. But I wanted to show y'all that for a reason, man. Because it's a lot of things that's being said. It's a lot of this, a lot of that. But best believe we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. I promise you that. Ain't no ins, ands, or buts about it. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. God bless. God bless. God bless. Next thing I want to show you is the submarine guy. The submarine guy who was on site when Nolan Wells' body was found. He's now coming out and he's saying a couple interesting things. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Let's talk about it. And I find this very, very, very interesting because he's coming out and he talking. That boy even got a fresh fit on. Not this guy. You'll see him in a second.
And then the request for help the following day from JCSO at around noon. Did you feel like you were starting the search a little bit later than you should be?
There wasn't really, there wasn't anything that we could have done on the night of July 4th, to be honest. But also too, at that point, I still didn't know, I'll put it this way. On July 4th, when I went to sleep, I didn't know if they had finally gotten in contact with Nolan, if he had come home, if they had found out any new information. It wasn't until the morning of July 5th when I learned that he was still missing overnight. And that's when I became very concerned that, okay, he didn't come home all night. That's a bad sign. And so it was that point when they started calling for all hands and said, okay, we'll put a boat in the water. And then that led to the activities of our search crews on 5 July.
Can you talk to me about the water conditions? What did the water conditions look like?
They were pretty similar to, for most part of the day, they were pretty similar to the conditions on the 4th of July. They were fairly calm.
So the 4th of July, the waters was calm. Wasn't no currents to be spoken of. This coming from a sea professional. The guy who was there on site, he knows these waters. Let's continue, though.
It was strong currents, but not really big waves, not a lot of wind. It was very hot. Water temperatures were upper 70s, low 80s.
Same as July 4th. Let's continue.
Toward the late afternoon, a little front moved in from the west, and presumably it chopped up the Mississippi Sound at that point. But again, our guys aborted when they saw that weather coming. So that was probably like by 3 or 4 o'clock the afternoon of 5 July is when they had to abort that search. And then that night when I huddled with my team, that was when we made the decision that, putting out another boat on Monday, presumably with the weather clearing up, was really going to be futile because, at this point we're getting too far away from the last time he was seen alive. So we needed to cover more ground quickly, and that's why we had to use an aircraft.
You were involved when the body was eventually located and found. What can you tell me about the state and position that the body was in that hasn't been reported?
Yeah. So again, just to put it into perspective, it was I'm told it was about 08:45 on 6 July when a park ranger on Horn Island discovered the body, called it in to law enforcement. We had myself and the gentleman.
Now listen to this key part.
And who donated his plane that day out of Gulfport. We had been flying for about 2 hours at that point. We were making a track going from Horn Island over to Ship Island down to Chandelier Island, which is south of both of those islands, about another 30 miles. So we were coming back up north towards the northwest tip of Horn Island when we noticed there were boats in the center of the island where there's a lagoon. And then we saw some boats approaching the northwest tip. And then when we got closer, we noticed there were 2 boats already parked in tandem on the beach. And that was strange. It was a Monday morning. It was obvious they weren't fishing. So we descended and to about maybe 450 feet, 500 feet. And we could tell it was law enforcement boats, law enforcement personnel. So we descended maybe another 100 feet or so, circled around. And that's when I saw a law enforcement presence gathering on that northwest point. And then I noticed that there was what appeared to be a body right at the shoreline, laying face down on the sand.
The implication is that this body had washed up, unfortunately, on the shore.
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
Did you see any visible injuries or anything that you can speak to at that distance?
No. From that height, right? So it's best I can do. The description matched Nolan Wells. It matched the area. It was the area where we were looking. So I had good reason to believe, even before I heard from the sheriff's office, that it was him. The swim trunks appeared to be similar color to what was reported. The one thing I'll say about the condition of the body.
This is where y'all need to pay attention. The condition of the body. The one thing that he can say about the condition of the body. Talk to me, dog.
Again, I want to stress very, as much as I can, that I'm at 450 feet in the air. So I did not have a good ground's eye view look. But normally when a body's been floating.
See, when you start off a statement by saying normally, so this was abnormal. Okay.
You'll see some bloating and whatnot. He wasn't in the water that long. The water temperature was high. He has a low body mass index. So both of those factors together, normally we'll look for a body to pop up on about day 4, but we knew it was possible he could pop up as soon as day 2. And this was day 2. Again, the body, I'm trying to think of the most respectful way to say it. The body did not seem at that height to be disproportionate to the way it should look. Now, I could not get a good look at his face. I could not get a good look.
So it didn't see disproportionate by the way it should look. What he means is if a body has been drowned and you drown in the water, your body will then sink to the bottom of the ocean. Not sink to the bottom of the ocean, but it will potentially sink to the bottom of the ocean until it becomes waterlogged. And then when you waterlogged and you get water in the lungs of the body that's dead and deceased, it then rises up to the top of the water, right? So he's basically going on to say that he didn't really see that the body was really waterlogged. So potentially the body was only placed back into the water, potentially, allegedly. Let's finish.
Look of the front side of his body, which was on the beach. I was really looking at his back of his legs, back of his arms, that kind of thing. And so that was my vantage point. And I just want to stress to everybody that that's not an ideal vantage point. It's just what I could see. And plus I'm flying at like 90 knots. So, I mean, I'm going pretty fast. So I'm really getting when I say a glimpse, it's a glimpse.
Was there anything about the location, how close to shore, how far from the shore when he was last seen, that struck you as unusual?
I don't want to say unusual, but I would say that the wind and drift patterns that I was studying had me believing that he was going to be taken through that ship channel between Horn Island and Ship Island and carried south. It's important to also point out that just like maybe 6 or 7 weeks prior to this, there was a shrimp boat worker who had gone off MOB, man overboard, off of a shrimp boat in Pascagoula, which is on the coast, like close to Horn Island. And it took about a week before we found him, but he had washed up all the way down at the Chandelier Island. So that could have also influenced my pattern of thought, just because in a similar, I mean, he didn't go overboard on the island, but it was in a similar area and he got carried through that channel.
So Nolan's body, it was supposedly in the water, but it didn't get carried like it was supposed to. It didn't go with the current like it should have if he did drown and if he was really in the water for long, the period of time that he was suspected to be. Let's say that.
Based on where Nolan washed up, my assumption, again, I'm a search and rescue person. I'm not an investigator, but it seems like what happened was he was carried north, which indicates to me that he might have got caught in a rip current, and it carried him north. And then as the tide slacked and the current changed back to a south.
Nah. You had it right the first time. You ain't got to say this. You ain't got to say that. It looked abnormal. He was supposed to be going south, but his body ended up north, and then it ended up in the same place that they were searching for on that Sunday, right when it first happened. Interesting. Okay, let's continue.
We're heading. It carried him right back to the beach. The only thing that really stood out to me that I was not expecting is that he washed up very, very close to the last spot where he was seen alive. I wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
So he just happened to wash up in the last spot that they seen him alive. The irony. You said already his body was supposed to be going south, but it ended up coming north potentially. You said that his body didn't look like it should have been in the water for some days, like it was supposed to be. You pointing out all these different things, my guy. We might have to bring you into the courtroom eventually. Because what you point on these inaccuracies and how the body should have been going this way, but it ended up going this way, and then it just happened to be in a spot where he was last seen. These motherfuckers make it that obvious that they did something to him? Allegedly.
Is there anything you saw or heard during the search that you feel hasn't gotten enough public attention?
I think that the biggest thing that stands out for me, and I think this sort of is why I understand the way that his parents have gone about this search and the whole case, is that there's just seems to be no information past about 4:30 that afternoon on July 4th until he was found. Now, I'm told that police have interviewed up to 60 witnesses. There's a lot of people who have turned in images and videos to us and there's people I know that have turned images and videos over to law enforcement. So there's a lot about this. There's a lot of evidence in this case I have not personally seen, and a lot of accounts I have not heard. But based on everything that people did offer to us, it's just very, like, it's just hard to understand why, you know, his friends leave, you know, sometime around 4:30. That seems to be about the last time somebody said they visually saw him on the island with a different friend group, and then just nobody ever saw him again after that. And so that's why I like I said, I fully understand. The parents are like, I mean, it's like a vanishing, and that doesn't make any sense. So like, of course, they want to accept every bit of help they can get and just have it looked into as thoroughly as possible, because they buried their son today and they need to know why.
Mr. Tri.
See, at first, with your first couple of responses, I didn't really like you, my guy. But now you spilling the beans. Now you telling the truth. The truth shall set you free. Because you realize that, hold on, dog. Even you, the person who's just has no ties to the case, besides being one of the ones to go out and search for the body. You don't got no dog in the fight. So you just telling the truth. You just telling it is what you see and what you know. I respect it, my dog. Because you hit it right on the head. You, my friend. You got a friend in me.
Usher, I sincerely appreciate.
What do y'all think about that, though? Because what he's saying, dog, if we're being goddamn honest, bruh, the goddamn truth. He didn't want to go out on a limb and say that the body, you know, appeared in the same different spot and it did. He didn't want to put himself all the way out there because he still got to live out there in Mississippi. But his ass is on to something. Next video. I told y'all I told y'all we cook. Hey, I told y'all we cooking tonight. Next video. Y'all done seen this woman before. She'll look crazy now. She'll look crazy. But real quick, I got to show you another funny one. Before we get to my other lady, we got to get to that girl Nancy. That girl Nancy. They call her Auntie Nancy. She got something to say.
Nolan Wells bombshell tonight. The dead teen's messages deleted after his body washes ashore. Caitlin, now allegations have reared their ugly head that his phone has been tampered with and items have been deleted. Explain.
They had his phone. And when his mother was looking for his phone when he was missing, there were two different ways to identify it, either a Snapchat location or a Life 360 location. They showed different locations, which is very possible because one updates automatically, the other only updates when you open the app. Right. But when she finally tracked it down, she says there was nothing on it from that day.
But we know that. But I'm going to show you a little bit more about what Nancy had to say. I just wanted to show you that clip because Nancy don't play. But now, there's been other reports because you know we went down a boat's timeline, right? The tow statement. So C-Tow, they just came out and said a little something that we might want to listen to. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Let's get into it. My lead lawyer on the case. Talk to me.
Back to Cito. And the guy said the boat is sinking. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back. That is the statement made to the dispatch, right? Dispatch calls Cito and says, hey, it sounds like a bunch of kids on board Horn Island. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in. Right? And now, I'm doing this because it's a fucking circus, ain't it? Cito's statement. Before assistance was rendered, the vessel owner advised that Cito was no longer needed because help had already been obtained. Cito's involvement concluded at that point. Crump, I need that 100K, my baby. Send me that 100K, Sharpton. Big Al. Big Al.
So basically, the tow company that the boys called that was supposed to come and tow them, they then was told that they didn't need to come back out. So they just released a statement that, hey, we were called initially, yes, but then we were called back that services was no longer needed. So their Cito, their statement, they're backing their ass up away from this case with that statement. And we're going to see what this leads to. But you know she got another video. We got to watch it. Come on now.
Why would Cito say this? Because he knows his GPS won't match. Why would Cito say this? Because he knows his GPS won't match. GPS don't match for Cito. GPS don't match for Cito. Y'all busted again, motherfuckers, and Cito ain't going down with y'all, bitch. Cito done ratted y'all out, bitch. Before assistance was rendered, the vessel owner advised that Cito was no longer needed. Ooh, Cito said they're not putting their business up for y'all raggedy ass kids. Cito ain't going down for y'all little murdering ass kids. So, what is y'all story next, my babies? Let's go. Why would Cito say this? Because he knows his GPS won't match.
Cito said they ain't going down with y'all. Cito said they ain't going down with y'all. Come on now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got one more video that she dropped that I want to get into. Might be the last one. You know she be going off on these rants. She a little different. She a little different. Hey. Now she had this to say as well. This don't have no context. I ain't gonna provide no context, but I just want to see what she said.
Sometimes boys fight, okay? And sometimes, they lose. Just like Austin lost, okay? This time Nolan lost, all right? But y'all gotta let these people know what happened, okay? We don't think you did anything wrong. The kid probably died in an accident because the boys were fighting and roughhousing, okay? But you gotta tell this family what happened. No, go get the money and just tell the people what happened. We don't want to keep doing this. Your son's innocent. He didn't do nothing. But he knows what the fuck happened, or else he would have never deleted the photo. He knows something. Now, go get the money before they switch it on him. And the most evidence is on him, right? Because he's the one that posted it. You better hope they don't try to go get the money and blame it on him. You better beat them to the fucking police station and tell them people what happened, sir.
They talking about the photo that went viral of the night where Nolan is seen in the pool. The night that Nolan is seen in the pool. Yeah. Yeah. I ain't gonna say much, dog. But holy shit. We just getting started, man. Justice for Nolan Wells, though, man. Justice for Nolan Wells. Prayers to his family. Oh, crap. Come on, play my goddamn.
But instead, he was just laid to rest in Mississippi. We stand with his parents, we stand with his family, and we stand with his community in calling for a complete and thorough criminal investigation. There are a lot of questions that need to be answered. He was a star athlete, and yet the claim is that he drowned. He gave his phone, his keys, and his wallet allegedly to the friends who left him behind. Why would he do that? He also is alleged to have stayed behind to talk to a woman who apparently claims that was not the case. His parents deserve the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and we're going to make sure they receive it.
Amen. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. They just want answers, man. That's it. They just want answers. Oh, crap. Hold on, y'all. That's the Judge Charles standing on the front line. I've showed him a few times on stream. That's up to the judge, man. Today he was able to go to the church, stand by the family and some of the loved ones, and be by Nolan's side. That's up to him. Judge, we're gonna need you to come in clutch, my guy. We're gonna need you to keep on applying pressure. You ain't no judge no more. You ain't no judge no more, but hey, we're gonna need you to keep on spreading the news. Because there's more and more stuff coming out. And like I told y'all, it's gonna get crazy before we get answers. We're gonna get answers. Last video, potentially. Oh, where the hell is my goddamn audio?
Somebody.
My bad, y'all. Dog, come on. Jesus. All right. My bad. I got it now. Let's rock and roll. Appreciate y'all being
Him to receive justice. They receive all the answers that they deserve. They deserve transparency. Nolan Wells' life mattered, and I came over to Atlanta, Georgia to let them know it matters. And we're going to make sure Mississippi does right by these people.
Now, I understand that this is a county you grew up in. Is that correct?
It is. Jackson County was born in Pasadena, raised in Austin.
Do you believe that there is a possibility, a strong possibility for justice, especially since Reverend Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry have said that they're going to put out $100,000 to anybody who can give pertinent information?
Yes, I believe out of 200 or 300 people that were on that island, I believe at least one of them has a heart. They will come forward with or without the reward money. I am believing that that's what I have for.
I heard Attorney Ben Crump mention your name. Are you guys close like that, or why did he mention you? Do you know him?
Yes, I know Attorney Crump. Attorney Crump was the past president of the National Bar Association, just like I am. I believe he's the 72nd president. I had the privilege of serving as his vice president, and I became the 79th president. So we have been friends and colleagues for years.
You were on Don Lemon's show just recently talking about low-hanging fruit. Remind everybody what you mean when you talk about the low-hanging fruit in this situation.
In this situation, there are several opportunities where the law enforcement could have effectuated an arrest by now. There is potentially the death of the cell phone. You heard Nolan Wells in his own voice requesting for his cell phone.
According to his friends,
His friends. We think that was his voice. So that's a cell phone. You heard one friend say that drug use was rampant out there. So under a strengthening contributing towards the legal sale of a minor, several things that could have led to an arrest by now, which would have applied pressure to certain individuals and hoping to come forward with the truth.
You're running for Congress in another state. Talk a little bit about why you left Mississippi, because a lot of people are trying to come down on you in the comment section. And I know you don't play these games, but why did you move?
I moved. I met a young lady in Atlanta, Georgia in 2023. And we met in May of 2023. We got married in January of 2024. She is a native of Trinidad and she grew up in Miami. She is not a country girl. We decided we did not want to live in Mississippi. Okay. We moved to Atlanta. That's where I met her at. We decided to make our home in Atlanta. And that was way before anything else transpired. So we got married and moved to Atlanta in 2024. We bought our place together in October of 2023. So I've been there nearly 3 years now.
Gotcha. Now let's talk briefly and I'll let you go because I know this Mississippi heat is not good on the light skinned brother. Now, we do know that justice swings one way when it comes to white people and another way when it comes to others. Talk a little bit about what can be done with this judge speaking out prematurely as a sitting judge. What could be done to her?
I understand that there have already been judicial complaints filed against her with the Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance.
Mm-hmm.
They should open an investigation and they will make recommendations to the Mississippi Supreme Court on how she should be disciplined.
Will we know anything about that from those complaints? How does that go?
You will not learn it until something is filed with the Supreme Court. The commission's investigation is private. So once it becomes public record, once it's filed, the recommendations are filed with the Supreme Court, and we will know that's when we are here.
Do you think it's a possibility that Mississippi will walk back that decision that they made as it relates to Carlos Moore?
There's a possibility because they may not want to apply what they did to me to her. So they would have to walk that back, what they did to me. Otherwise, she should receive the same penalty or worse because what she's done, according to a lot of people's analysis, is far worse than what they accused me of. I never testified or gave comment about an ongoing investigation of something that was pending. I talked about the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict after the fact. She's spoken about something that could potentially be a crime that affected her stepson.
Now, there was a comment out there just recently on Facebook where you made the word, you said F you and your mama.
Yes.
Can you follow up with, let people know what you meant when you said F you and your mama?
Yes, I am a born-again Christian. I believe in forgiving people. So a person offended me, and I decided to forgive them immediately. Them and their mother. Their mother created them. So I wanted to extend my grace to both him and his mother. So forgive you and your mother. Last 5 years, and to receive justice. They receive all the answers that they deserve. They deserve transparency. Nolan Wells' life mattered, and I came over to Atlanta, Georgia to let them know it mattered. And
facts. And his life does matter. And the family will hopefully one day get answers. Because there's a lot of people that's gonna come out the woodworks. Shit, you might get some families now. Shit, I saw them crackers going here, drown that boy. Hey, just saying, some people that was out there on the boat. Hey, excuse my French too. I don't mean that, but hey, I seen him drown that boy. I can hear him now. $100,000. Shit. Go ahead and collect y'all money, man. Just please report accurate information. At the end of the day, we just want to see justice for Nolan, man. All right. Now, with that being said, I think today we've covered a lot with the Nolan Wells case. I think I've given y'all a lot of great up-to-date information. If I receive any more information, if I personally get any more information sent to me, or if I research and find any more information, I promise you I will share it with you. I promise you y'all will be the first to know. And like I told you, we gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm not no internet investigator. At the end of the day, I'm just out here spreading the story because I would want, if this happened to my son, if this happened to one of my family members, I would hope someone would do the same for me. Just bring awareness. Because the more people we get to continue to talk about this story, the more that hopefully it puts pressure on the sheriff's department to actually do right by this family and give them the answers that they deserve. Take this serious. Take this investigation serious. Still hasn't been no arrest. Still hasn't been any movement as far as authorities go that we know of. So at the end of the day, God bless America. God bless Nolan Wells and their family. And I pray y'all get answers. Now, moving on. We have some other topics to get into, dog. Yeah. Hey. All right. So, without further ado, we got to talk about this clown, Rex Ryan. Oh my goodness. Rex, go sit your old down. Rex Ryan, he came out with some nonsense to say about my guy Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders had a mini clip. I actually watched the mini clip, the full mini clip actually live on stream the other day. This was the video that he ultimately responded to, Rex Ryan. And Rex Ryan, we're going to gladly tell you to go sit your old down after this video. But let's watch.
Rolling, motion, keep moving closer.
A behind the scenes look at the Brown Shedeur Sanders most recent photo shoot. Shedeur is already one of the faces of the NFL. So Rex Ryan, former Jets head coach, had this to say after that video. You can see I had to block this clown because me and this clown went back and forth. I should probably unblock him, but me and this clown went back and forth on the internet not too long ago. This fucking clown's still tweaking, still tweeting. That's why his tweet didn't show up. Regardless, yes, I do block people because at the end of the day, I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with people. And yes, Rex Ryan, the official Rex Ryan, former Jets head coach, and he coached for some other teams. But he said, get a load of this kid. Great talent, needs to realize as a franchise QB, there has to be more we than me. Come on, man. Dog. More we than me? Dog. Cut the bullshit out, bro. Cut the bullshit out. Because you saying this, you when you tweet this? You tweeted this yesterday, right? Yeah. So 2 days ago. So the day that Shedeur Sanders, you saying that he all about me, right? Well, Rex Ryan, did you not see that same day Shedeur Sanders was hosting a goddamn kids camp with over 500 kids when they came out to a camp that he sponsored and the Browns sponsored, and he showed up for those kids and they went crazy for him? Shedeur Sanders arriving at his youth camp sponsored by the team. 500 kids here for the free camp. That's Shedeur right there. So he all about me, right? This is the same kid you saying all about me. All about me, right? Hey, Rex Ryan, you saying he all about me. Shedeur Sanders, this is a Brown. Women. Hey. Hold on. Rex, I thought he all about me. You say he needed me more about we, right? Ain't this him? Literally a day after that photo shoot dropped, because he dropped the mini series. If you haven't looked at it, it's honestly a great mini series, mini film about Shedeur Sanders and what he dealt with within the offseason and things of that nature. Like I said, I watched the whole thing on stream the other day. You can go back and watch my reaction to it. It was honestly a great 18-minute film that I watched about Shedeur Sanders in his offseason and how he felt about the pressures that was put on him last year, about dropping in the draft and, other things like that, about the media pressure that he felt like he was under, and the scrutiny. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk. The scrutiny. Oh my goodness. The heavy pressure of the scrutiny that he was under. But Rex, didn't you just say he was all about? Dog, is he all about we? I mean, you just said he was selfish. Rex, you just said he was selfish. Rex Ryan, didn't you say he was selfish? This is the tweet right here. But he out here giving a free camp to kids, but he's all about me. So he can't do nothing in his free time. You got NFL quarterbacks who getting followed around by Netflix in a docuseries like Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was just at the FIFA game in his free time. But you mad at Shedeur because he did a photo shoot in his free time? Get a load of this kid. Great talent. Great talent. Great talent. That's not what you were just saying last year. Great talent needs to realize as a franchise QB, there needs to be more we than me. Come on, man. What? But he just put on a cap. See, there's a problem with y'all old ass media guys, man. There's a problem with y'all old heads who just out of touch. Dog. I just can't wait till y'all eat y'all words, bro. Shedeur, I got you, big dog. Because next year, when you come out and ball, we gonna go crazy. Because Rex Ryan can have all these dumbass takes, just like this take he had last year. Let's revisit it.
Look at Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right. But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
Whoa.
If they make a change.
Hey, look at Marucci. Man, you play for my goddamn Patriots. You ought to be ashamed of yourself fucking nodding and shit to that bullshit. But this is what I'm talking about. Rex Ryan. Hey, do me a favor. This is going to be a little graphic for some of y'all. Actually, I ain't going to even go there. I was gonna do something. I was going to go there, but Rex Ryan, mind your goddamn business, dog. Let my guy. He out here putting in work. I showed y'all hella videos of him practicing in the offseason, him balling, kicking it with the guys in Miami, him and Deshaun Watson throwing to some of the guys. Like Shedeur Sanders just focused and he just on the grind. But Rex Ryan, this ain't the first time you done said something about him. And then now you mad because he having a photo shoot? Now you mad because during his free time, instead of being dumb out here doing backflips like the rest of these clowns, no offense to you, Skattebo, but doing a backflip after you just came off a bad ankle injury where you just broke it. Anyway, we're going to get to that here in a second. But dog, he can be doing 150 different other things, but he's doing something productive. He just had a camp for the youth. Over 500 kids came out to the camp that he put on for free. Highlight some of those kids' summers. Some of those kids, dog, you know what it means to meet an NFL player when you're a child, when you're a kid? What that'll do for your psyche and what that'll do for your spirit as an athlete? Just seeing an NFL player, knowing that, damn, if he here, I can do this. I can really go potentially be just like him. But when you take your shots at him for just doing a photo shoot, for just filming a mini series, when you got quarterbacks out here being followed by Netflix all season long, you got Joe Burrow, they do docu-series. Baker Mayfield, they do docu-series. They do photo shoots. What you got against Shedeur, Rex Ryan? I'm asking for a friend because now I'm curious. Now I really want to know. Because is it animosity? Is it hatred? What is it? Because at the end of the day, your NFL career stopped a little minute ago, my guy. With Mark Sanchez. That was the last time I was damn near, I was rooting for y'all for a little second. But dog, Shedeur Sanders, man, he damn near had the kid. Bro, the kids was finna run. The kids was finna run my guy over. They was finna run. They finna run him over. Look how much they love this guy. And you got something negative to say about this, bruh? You pull something negative out of your ass to say something about this? When all he's doing is just showing love to the youth? Yeah, he can have a photo shoot. Yes, he can rap in his free time. I'd rather him do that than be in a strip club. To be throwing ones and doing this, being in the news for domestic violence and all this other shit that some of these other athletes in the news for. He's a franchise quarterback. Yes, he's a franchise quarterback that raps. That's a mogul. His name is a fucking algorithm. Literally. Stop playing. About this. Have kids ever reacted to you just like this, Rex Ryan? Asking for a friend. Kids react to me like this. But a little bit. But dog. Come on, bro. I hate the media sometimes. Because instead of Rex Ryan bigging this up, Rex Ryan, you just talking shit just to talk shit. You fucking lazy bum. Yeah, you're an NFL head coach, bro, but dog, you full of shit. Your takes are horrible. Get your ass off of ESPN and never say shit else again. I know it's the dead time in the league, dead time in the NFL right now. But Rex Ryan, you full of shit. You're a bum. You're a clown. Let Shedeur Sanders live and go right off into the sunset and live your best life. Ain't nobody give a fuck about what you saying, Rex Ryan. For real. For real. For real. Shut up. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So, Rex Ryan, you couldn't say anything about him helping out the community, building the community up. It's clear that you don't like him. It's clear that you hate him. Just stay over there with that hate. That's all. So, Rex Ryan, yeah, bro. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Yeah. With him hanging out with his teammates all week, him throwing to his teammates all week, him grinding in Miami with his teammates, going out with his teammates, but he's not a leader. He's just a me guy. He's just a me guy.
Out here grinding, man. You got them boys out here. Cleveland Browns boys, we out here grinding, man.
And the whole Cleveland Browns team just last week in Miami.
When your bag right inside and have a bad night. Got 200 on the dash to live a fast life. Threw a 20 ball and put me, it was mad light. When your bag right inside and have a bad night.
Come on, bruh. YouTube, don't copyright me for that. Come on now. But real talk, though. Cut it out. Because guess what? Coach Prime? Hey, Coach Prime, I got him for now. But eventually, you're going to have to pull up and do this to him. Eventually, Coach Prime, you're going to have to pull up on Rex Ryan and do this to him.
I'm going to give you one more time to prove. And I don't need none of it. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a straight nigga. I don't need none of it. I'm going to give you one more time. You're through.
You're through. I will give you one more time. That's it. Man, Rex Ryan, man, shut the hell up, dog. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. But yeah, dog. Yeah. Hold on, Ryan Clark? Ryan Clark got fired? Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. Breaking news. We might have some breaking news. Ryan Clark. Hold on. What happened with Ryan Clark? So this take right here is what people are speculating. Because of what he did to Peter Schrager in this take. So this is why Ryan Clark, this is breaking news. I wasn't going to report on this earlier, but this is true. Ryan Clark has just gotten fired.
This morning, are you feeling okay? You look at A.J. Brown, which is this #1 wide receiver who got 1 target all night, and then you got CeeDee Lamb. But that's the
when was the one target?
That's the target.
But
though.
I'm saying
when
was the one
I'm
target?
saying you could have it both ways.
4 seconds left in the game on 2nd and 11. It was the one target. He runs the out route.
You wake up this morning saying
got
A.J. Brown had a better day than CeeDee Lamb.
But you know what you wake up saying though? A.J. Brown's team is 1-0.
Of course,
right? That's what
I get it.
But the thing is this though, and we shouldn't do this on TV. And so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh,
view.
stop! That's no. That CeeDee Lamb is.
Let me tell you why. I'm not saying
I'm not looking at fantasy football, Ryan. I'm not. Don't belittle me like that. I could come in and say, as 3 ex-players are saying one thing, and give an alternative perspective that maybe CeeDee Lamb did play well. And
Peter, what I need for you to do is not get mad and let me finish for one.
Okay, go on.
It wasn't about you. It was going to be about me.
Okay.
As a player, I can't speak for CeeDee Lamb. I'm speaking for.
Hold on. That wasn't the take. Hold on. Hold on, bro. I'm not understanding this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got to get to the bottom of this. Ryan Clark, did you get fired because of this take right here? Because you said the Cowboys going to do what?
Okay, RC, you heard the question. Are the Super Bowl expectations realistic for the Cowboys this year?
Hell no.
You know what? They are realistic this year. You go get Christian Parker from the Philadelphia Eagles. He understands how to keep the top on the defense, not give up the big play. And you're expecting someone like DeMarvion Overshown to be exactly what we saw him ascending to be before the injury. We watched him play a little bit last year. I expect him to be fully healthy and be an X factor in what they want to do. It's also going to be about how you acclimate Caleb Downs. You pick him in the top 12 of the NFL draft. Many people thought he would go earlier. He's an absolute savant when it comes to defensive football. How do you implement him? How do you use him? Is he going to be the nickel? Is he going to be the down safety? Will you keep him in the middle of the field? Can we see him one-on-one with tight ends? That's going to be very important to this defense because let's not get it twisted. If this offense is the same thing, they just have to be all right this year. And so if we could see George Pickens in camp, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and Shoddy get those guys going, this could be a team that we're actually talking about at the end of the season, not just the beginning.
So right after he had this last take, Ryan Clark was fired. Let's look at Emmanuel Acho. Because he had something. Fired mid-show. I hate Acho, but let's see what he had to say about this before we move on to the next topic.
I'm going to talk about this Ryan Clark firing. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Number one, objectively, he's a good analyst. Why? He's brought NFL Live to Emmy Awards, of which they had never won before, and they likely will not win after. So I understand that fans, more than anything, we value y'all's opinions. We make the shows for y'all. But regardless of whether you think he's great or you think he's terrible, objectively speaking, he got the accolades to prove his greatness. With that being said, firing a man during his show that he's helped bring an Emmy Award is wild. I got a story for y'all. I'm going to hold that for the next 10 seconds. Wild. Why did they say they did it? Because they didn't want him to find out on social media. So you fire him during the show and pull him during the last 10 minutes of the segment. I digress. Story time. Last year when I got fired, if you work long enough at a job, you're going to get fired. Last year when I got fired, they had us find out on social media. We found out on social media. More often than not, executives are cowards. Former athletes, we're used to tough information. Just tell it to us. We done been cut before, broken bones before, had surgeries before. Ryan Clark notably couldn't play a game in like Denver, Colorado because he had a disease, I think an autoimmune something. Like, bruh, we're used to tough things. Just tell us. With that being said, note for anybody that wants to get into sports television. Start to create your own show so you can't be fired. Incubate yourself from being fired from an executive. Because here's the most fascinating dichotomy of everything. Once you get good, you will become so good that you become too expensive to afford. And networks can only afford so many great talent. McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, to some degree, Greenberg. They're getting the big money for doing daily shows on ESPN. I'm not talking about the Sunday shows. Those game day shows, anything tethered around live events, way too much money. Everybody got money on those shows. But daily shows, if you get so good, there comes a point they can't afford you. That's the dichotomy of it all. Love, Ryan. I already texted you that privately, but I'll tell you publicly as well.
Dang. Ryan Clark, dog. It was a hell of a ride. Out here winning Emmys for motherfuckers and they fired you. Goddamn. Excuse my French, y'all, but goddamn. Where's the loyalty? Where's the loyalty? In other news, LeBron. We know where he ain't going. He definitely ain't going to goddamn Indiana.
LeBron being my teammate, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. You know?
Damn.
It's not like I
Did you not put on a good performance?
I texted him before Fanatics Fest, and I said, "Hey, you should come be a Pacer." And he responded with 6 laughing cry faces. I thought it was 2.
6?
I thought it was 2. I said during our interview that it was 2. Then I went back and looked at the text. It was 6.
Is that 2 lines, or is that just one straight across?
One, you know, when you send 1 or 2 emojis, it comes big, but when you send so many, it goes back to normal size.
Yeah.
It was 6 in a line.
So it took up a majority of the screen, him just laughing in your face.
Yeah, yeah.
Or is he laughing like obviously?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And did you not interview him good over there at New York?
Goofball Fest.
It's not called that. It's called Fanatics Fest.
I think I did a pretty good job. I like to think I did a pretty good job.
You do good enough to sway him to play for the Pacers? Or?
Yeah, that didn't. No, I wouldn't say that. He tried to avoid every free agent question for the most part. But you know, that was the first time I felt like he publicly acknowledged, like, I got a big decision. These are the things that I'm concerned about, and I will make it soon.
Can you riddle me this? Every team would want LeBron James on their team? Like, if he was to come to the Pacers, obviously we'd be excited because you're a true point guard. So, and Spicy P, obviously.
Yeah, he ain't going to the goddamn Pacers. We don't want to hit none of that. But anyway, I just thought that was funny because we know where Bron ain't going. And now it seems to be everybody is very upset. Very, very upset. Very, very upset. He's very, 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 very upset. Everybody's very, very upset that you taking so goddamn long with this goddamn decision, Bron. I'm just saying. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. We need answers. We need answers. This is a good take. Going back to my Shedeur Sanders topic real quick, because I got 2 more topics I want to hit on. Then I'm going to get the hell out of here. I got a few other things I got to do tonight. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into it, though, real quick. Going back to Shedeur Sanders' topic.
Why isn't Rex Ryan out here talking about Patrick Mahomes being at the FIFA World Cup over the weekend? Why? It's a ridiculous thing to point out. It's like, well, okay, because that's Patrick Mahomes' hobby. It's something he likes to do, and maybe it takes his mind off of it. Shedeur, this is just it's a hobby for him to create. And whether that's music, whether that's video, whatever that is, like it's all just his hobby because he puts it out there for people to consume. It's somehow worse.
I mean, I listen.
I just don't understand it.
So I agree with you. I think the devil's advocate, if I'm trying to see their side of things, I'm not. But just to play along here, I think the point is there's a difference of attending a soccer match and having a crew follow you around, documenting every step and making sure people know everything you're doing.
I just don't see it. Like if the argument is that the time you're spent doing that is time you're not working on football, and so that's the problem. If you're spending 5 hours going to a FIFA soccer match, and then you're spending 5 hours, let's say, getting photographed in front of your own jerseys because you want to make some cool content, if 5 hours is 5 hours, is it not?
I think there's a
Nah. Shut up, Lyman. You trying to.
It's the right word. I think there's a depiction of Shedeur as being more interested in fame than he is in football. I don't think it's fair, but I think that's maybe what Rex is hitting with this specific thing about this specific picture in front of a bunch of his own jerseys.
I don't understand that at all. Again, like if it's your own free time, who cares how you try to monopolize it, how you try to take care of it?
Exactly, because it's your own goddamn free time. Now, if he was in a strip club, if he was out here hitting women, he was out here doing this, doing that. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Crazy. 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 Anyway. Last couple topics that we got to get into. My bad, y'all. I had like a brain moment. My bad. Couple more topics that we got to get into. Cam Skattebo. Need you coming to the front of the congregation. That's what a Cam. That's what a Skattebo. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it for sure. This is the only way I can find the video. I couldn't find the video anywhere else. Actually, I'm lying. I didn't look for it, but I knew Unc had it. So this is Cam Skattebo. Almost bust his shit. Dog, you just came off of ankle surgery. Cam, you just came off of ankle surgery. What the hell are you doing, my guy? Nah. Dog. The backflip, you're a little rusty, my guy. I know with the, low center of gravity, I know some 6 foot people that can do backflips too. I just ain't never been one of them people. I don't know how the hell y'all can do that, but you must have been practicing young. Yeah. Yeah. That flip. Yeah. Don't do it again, Scott. Because if you break your ankle again, or you break the other ankle, it would have been bad, my friend. Would have been real bad. I'm happy you're okay, But as an NFL player, dog, don't do no flips till you in camp, till you on a dime and you hurt yourself. Because then it ain't your fault. Because then it ain't your fault. Because then it ain't your fault. Cam Skattebo. Cam Skattebo. Oh my goodness. Do better. That's what the Shedeur.
It's because commotion. Yeah. She think I'm wavy in they middle house. Yeah. She want me daily. There's something I don't know.
I just wanted to show that little clip, man. That's what the Shedeur. Make them matter. Make them be haters. Make them be haters. But anyway. Cam Skattebo, no more flips, my guy. No more flips. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold the fucking phone. Yeah, we ain't gonna get into all that. Hold on. It was just another conspiracy theory I just saw. We ain't gonna get into it today. Tomorrow, when you come back, I got you. But yeah, dog. I hope y'all all are blessed, man. I hope life is good. I was gonna touch more on this whole Cam Skattebo, this Cam Skattebo thing. This Cam Skattebo ordeal. But yeah, Cam, don't do that shit again. We don't want to see you get hurt. No. You just gained back from injury. You hopped up like a Gito for show. For show. You just lost like 30 oral points for that. About only 30. Good 30 oral points, but you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. That's not a big percentage. You're gonna be all right, Cam. Last but not least, with the LeBron topic, I did want to show y'all a quick little video about that. So let's go ahead and get into what's taking Bron so fucking long to make his goddamn decision. Let's listen to what Rich Paul had to say about it. Rich Paul, you doing a whole lot of talking, but Bron need to hurry the hell up.
Guys saying what they think. No one, I'll say it again. None of these people know anything. Nobody knows nothing. And I say that respectfully because we haven't made it to where anybody knows anything.
But let me take your temperature on something.
Sure. But no, let me finish first.
Okay,
let me finish. So I think it's important for people to understand we're not making this about attention and a spectacle. It's not about a decision or anything like that. He has a choice to make. He has a business choice to make. We're not going to sit here and decide or allow someone else to decide when he makes that decision or that choice. It's a business choice that he's making. And I think as an athlete, why is it that an athlete has to rush his choice?
Okay, I want to answer that.
Because from a business perspective, you are making a choice between jobs, high-level jobs, and you've earned the right. You're a big-time executive that's with an unbelievable, arguably the best resume in the history of your job. Who's rushing you?
Okay.
Nobody.
Hold on. Let me make a statement about that, and I want to get your take. On the one hand, you're absolutely right. It's not, I mean, it is his fault in a way, but LeBron is still achieving at such a high level that the league is kind of stuck until he makes a decision. But it is his decision to make. He's entitled to take as long as he wants.
I'm using the word choice because I want to use the word choice because people try to make this about a spectacle or tie this in.
I want to address that, but one at a time.
It's his choice.
One at a time. Okay, let's start with his right to take his time to make the proper decision. You know, sometimes people confuse the idea on the one hand of taking your time, being deliberate, measuring twice and cutting once. So you arrive at the best possible conclusion. They confuse that with, well, a lack of commitment. No, he's figuring out to whom he will be committed and what he wants to do. I understand that. On the other hand, Rich, you have made this point many times. He is still the face of the league. And as the face of the league, you talk about it, and it's true. In a way, you're in a business partnership. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has come out and said, as a matter of fact, listen to what Adam Silver had to say.
We have to finish up the schedule.
Right.
And where LeBron plays will affect the schedule. So I would like him to make his announcement already so we can finish the schedule, because as you might imagine, the teams are calling us, the networks are calling us, and everybody wants to lock in the schedule. But it will influence how we set the schedule, how we set opening week, Christmas Day, etc. So I need him to make a decision.
So this
Hey, Brian, at the age of 41, after 20 plus years of playing in the league, after saying and coming into the league, saying that you the goddamn chosen one, you still the goddamn chosen one, because you still got motherfuckers on pins and needles. Excuse my French, but you got people on pins and needles waiting for you in your decision. God bless America. Because, hey, that's some longevity if it's ever been any. And I'm not a big LeBron fan. Y'all know who I rep. Y'all know who's my guy. Y'all know who's my guy. Come on now. The Bean. The GOAT. Y'all know who my guy. But Bron. Yeah, you still him. You still him. You still him.
This is something that you have said, Rich. You said,
wait, Max, I thought nobody cared about LeBron.
No, but clearly they do. The point is that you have said that part of being the face of the league is these are your business partners.
Yes.
Adam Silver is coming out and saying what you said. You were like, hey, the TV schedule changes.
Yes.
So there is an element where on the one hand, you're 100% right. LeBron this is his choice. On the other hand, to be a good partner, the commissioner of the league is saying, hey, you do have, just as you've mentioned, Rich, this enormous influence on our TV schedule. There are people waiting on you. There is a case there that he does need to.
I saw Adam in New York.
Hell no. Ain't no case that Adam Silver can make that schedule whenever the hell you want to. It just goes to show you that LeBron still moves the goddamn needle, even at this old ass age that he's playing at. LeBron's still moving the needle out here. So yes, Adam Silver, we know you want him to make that decision, but Brian gonna take his time up. That's Brian. He got the right to. This very well may be his last team that he ever plays on in the NBA. This very well may be his last opportunity to go win a championship. This very well may be his last opportunity potentially to write the ending of his career. He has the right to take as much time as he goddamn wants. But everybody ain't gonna wait for you, Brown. But who knows? Shit, the way Adam Silver talking, we ain't making no decisions until we get clearance from Brown, which respectfully so.
York, and we discussed it. And like I said, it's still his choice. So if he doesn't really know,
Rich Paul, by the way,
can't rush it. Can't rush it.
So right now the league is aware of this, that he's not there yet,
and we're not gonna be rushed. It doesn't matter. I don't want to sit here and sound like this. I'll just say we're not going to be rushed.
That's totally fair for you to say.
It is his choice to make, and when he makes the choice, he's making. Here's the other thing: it's not just like Pat said, and there's been several people to call and say, "Hey, Rich, is there anything more we should be doing? We could be doing?" And my answer is no. We don't need you to go above and beyond about anything. We understand it. It's clear. All the messages have been sent.
If they want to send me floor tickets, I can see what I can do to influence this.
We get it. And again, there's roster spots that's not filled.
Right.
If they want to fill their roster spots, we're not saying don't fill your roster spots. We're not.
But Rich, this is what I mean. It's not. You're right, but it's not. It's not like we're done with malice. But the fact is, he has played himself into this position. But if you are running a team.
Understood.
If LeBron is available, because he is still not just the branding and everything, he's still functioning at a very high level.
Yes.
That and because he is the face of the league, that does come with certain responsibilities. I respect the idea. Hey, nevertheless, our priority is to get it right. I get that, but it does come at a cost, which is like, hey, there are a lot of people waiting.
Yes, and that's fine. The only way it wouldn't be fine is if you were actually sitting here playing some type of game.
But
you know,
what do you say about that? That people are like, LeBron loves the attention, and that's why they're doing this.
It's the lowest hanging fruit for when you don't have the information. That's just what it is. It's the lowest.
And that's Rich Paul. So essentially, what I just took from all that, Rich Paul saying, Brian ain't making no goddamn decision. Brian ain't going nowhere up there, this way, that way, until he goddamn good and ready to. So, Brian, I respect it. I understand it. If I was you, I would take my motherfucking time too. Period. Like, what y'all want me to say? Like, Brian, take your goddamn time. I just listed off a few reasons why he taking his time. Even Shams out here in the dark. Goddamn. But that's why I just played y'all Chris Paul. Because even Shams out here, like, I don't know.
A decision from LeBron.
Look, we're on week 4 now, I believe, and everyone in the NBA is waiting on LeBron's decision, his choice now. And I spoke to Rich Paul, his longtime agent, this morning. And Rich Paul made it clear to me that the choice is LeBron James's right now. It's up to him on a choice of which team he wants to play for. All of the information is in. The teams are set. Everyone's made their moves. There is no decision, no choice yet. There's no timetable on a choice as of yet, but we know the teams: Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia, Golden State, Minnesota, all are waiting on this. This has a domino effect around the league with other free agents as well. My understanding, though, over the last couple of weeks is that the focus has been primarily, though, on the Eastern Conference teams being Cleveland, Miami, and Philadelphia, and we all continue to wait.
Yes, we do, and we expect a decision from LeBron.
Yeah. So with that and what Brian said, Brian even came out. A lot of people missed this. Brian damn near told us when he was gonna make that goddamn decision. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna show you this one video. Let's bring up this fucking Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh, the dinosaur, the T-Rex. That's of the Chris Bosh though, bro. You know I gotta give you a look crap. That's of the Chris Bosh, NBA champion legend.
If I were in LeBron James's shoes, I would choose Miami, and here's why.
Motherfucker, you played your bias ass. I'm about to turn this shit off, but let's listen.
If you really think about it, where do people go when you're about to retire or you're retired? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make nothing up in this situation. You see that he's picked up the sticks. He's got a new hobby in golf. Where can you golf? All the time. Now, of course, they have to work things out with their team and everything, but having a guy like Giannis being able to be Giannis, we've seen this dynamic before in the possibility of their open court. If you have Giannis and LeBron, we've seen this before too. LeBron, D-Wade, open court, they'd be a nightmare to stop. And they still have to fill out the team. They still have to get shooting and all that stuff. I understand that. But if you know anything about the Miami Heat, you know that they want to be competitive. They don't believe in wasted years. They are.
He ain't even mentioned Bam. Well, goddamn, Chris Paul, if you ain't missing a Bam in your first few points, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, Chris Bosh. Like, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt and play that clip because I saw you had something to say about it, but I honestly don't give a fuck about what you got to say, Chris Bosh, because you already biased. We know Miami on the list, but he ain't going to Miami.
Yeah, I'm still in the moment of like just taking my time and saying I haven't even really thought about it too much. Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. If being here with this franchise, for the foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. But like I haven't even really got to that point. I haven't even taken my family vacation yet, which is going to happen after Memorial Day. That's kind of the thing at the forefront of my mind, but. I think at some point, up until, up in June, late June, as July rolled around, free agency starts to, gets going. And, as, July rolling, maybe into August, we start to kind of like get a feel of, what my future may look like. If it's continuing to play the game that I love, which I know I can still give so much to the game and play at a high level, or if it's not. So, but I have not got to that point yet. And when I get there, it'd be fun to kind of see what the future could hold. either if it's, like I said, in another NBA arena for another year or not. Yeah.
Man, you capping. You going somewhere. He going somewhere. But he said he's going to take his time, though. More of the story. Next video. This is the more recent clip about what LeBron said. Dang. See, I was supposed to have that pulled up already. Next clip.
Third time I've been a free agent. Obviously, in 10, when I made a decision to go to Miami, I had my reasons. When I went back to Cleveland in 14, I had my reasons. So actually, this would be the fourth. And then when I went to LA 8 years ago, I had my reasons. So, for me now, I have an almost 22-year-old son who is now my former teammate, which is hilarious.
That's crazy.
That's my former teammate. Yeah. I have a 19-year-old son that's at the University of Arizona. But it's my almost 12-year-old daughter who is pulling the weight a lot.
Yep.
So, going to my daughter, I was home for the 4th of July, and my daughter came home after being out with her friends and cousins and everything, and I pulled her to the side because she's up as of age now. So like anytime I leave, she's like, Dad, where you going? Like, I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Like, where we going? Yep. So I pulled her to the side, and I was like, baby, I'm letting you know, I don't want you to hear from nobody else, but I won't be playing for the Lakers next year. I will be playing somewhere else, so I won't be home all the time. And you may not have an answer right now. You can give me an answer now. You can wait. You can write it down. Just want to know how you're feeling about it, because you mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
With me being away from you means a lot. So the family portion is a big thing too.
Yeah.
My daughter and my wife and things of that nature. And I'm a big family guy. So there's a lot of things that's, people are like, hurry up and make a goddamn decision, Brian. It's like, okay, it's not just about the team.
Yeah.
There's so many other factors that I'm, factoring in right now on what, not only best fit me as a player, what best fit me as a person, what best fit me as what my happiness, and also with my family as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, I won't hold you guys up too much longer, but the family portion is huge for me.
Yeah. So there you have it, folks. When Brian gonna make his decision? Not any goddamn time soon. Facts. Eventually, but not any goddamn time soon. Ryan Clark just got fired randomly. But anyway. That's crazy. Anyway, my bad. I'm looking at some Twitter be Twittering. My bad, y'all. But anyway. Yeah, Rex Ryan. You mentioned the Shedeur Sanders name, though. We know it's off season. We know you don't get no views. We know nobody care what you say. But dog. You can do better, Rex. But regardless, any other topics y'all want to hit on real quick? Just asking. Just asking. Any other topics y'all want me to hit on? I got more. But We ain't gonna get into it all. I appreciate you though. I love you. I'm grateful. Stay blessed. Get your money. Keep going after the things that you want. Don't let anybody stop you on your mission to be the best and be great. Ryan Clark, you're going to be all right. We're going to get you a new job, my guy. You're still on your own platform, a.k.a. The Pivot. Do your thing over there. Do your goddamn thing. Do your goddamn thing. Do your goddamn thing. But God bless you. Keep on doing your thing. Go be great. I know you're going to be good. I know you're going to be good. Hold on, bro. All right, I was gonna bring some more BS to the stream, but we ain't gonna even get into all that tonight. What y'all? Hey, let me know in the chat, man. What y'all want? What y'all want, man? Should I bring some more BS to the stream? Not even BS though. Actually, here we can get into this because I was gonna show this video tomorrow about this Nolan Wells update / case, but now instead, since we're already on here, I can show this video now. He's just talking about the video that I showed you guys earlier. He's just going a little bit more in depth. He looked like he just got beat up, but that's up to him.
Terrell, who's part of the United Cajun Navy, who was the people who found Nolan Wells. He says it's not unusual for bodies to wash up on shore.
So this is the topic. If you want to head to the beginning of the stream, this is the topic that I showed y'all at the beginning of the stream. The U.S. Marine, the guy who essentially was a part of the team who found Nolan Wells, what he said earlier, this was a part of that. Let's get into it.
In the spot where the boats took off from. He said it's not unusual for people to just catch a ride home with somebody else. Like Nolan's friends left. He said, I'm going on another boat. Or even if he missed that boat, it's not uncommon for a stranger to like say, hey, you can have a ride back. But he didn't get a ride back. But what is unusual, and I'm saying this, is that no teenager is going to leave their cell phone behind. Period. End of conversation. Yes, you might leave it when you get into the water, but you're not going to leave it when your friends are saying they're leaving you, right? Nancy Grace now pushes back and says, what do you mean that's not unusual? Because he's talking about the rip currents that are there on the island. He says the whole Gulf Coast is a dangerous area, and he says they can't put up signs saying rip current. He said it should be known that it's a very dangerous area. He said they call it the washing machine, which is where the water just rolls around and around.
He didn't say all this. Secret Sam, where the hell you getting your information? Because I showed my stream the actual clip. But this is a part of the fake news that's being spread around.
Now, he says something kind of interesting here. He says Nolan was found in the spot where the incident occurred. And Nancy pushes back saying, what incident are you talking about? And he's like, well, it appears to be an accidental drowning. He says there's rumors that he was brought 10 miles back to land and then he was dumped back off on Horn Island. He says, I don't believe any of that is true, he says. Now, my question is, how does he know enough to believe that it's not true, that it was nefarious? Again, this is what makes it about race. This is what is annoying everybody, is all these people, the people who found him. There was supposedly a ranger who found him, which they can't name that guy or who he is. But again, why are they so quick to say it's an accidental drowning? Why aren't they taking into consideration that none of the friends are talking? He says not every person who drowns you hear screaming and hooping and hollering, but I have to say with 100 people around, you would think somebody would hear something. And he said, why would the kids hold up the keys? Again, why would they hold up the phone? He's saying the water there goes from 2 to 20 feet very quickly. And he said it himself. They call it a washing machine.
All right. Regardless, though, y'all. I just wanted to show that last clip. I was going to show that tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? All right. At the end of the day, I showed y'all some of the facts and information that I had that we dove into earlier. Hopefully, you guys got a lot from it. If not, I respect it. It is what it is. I hope that y'all all are staying blessed out here. I hope that you had a fantastic day today. I hope that you got a lot accomplished. I hope that you got a lot done. And then you got to just take things one. We're gonna figure out what happens with this Nolan Wells case. I promise you. I just hope that the family gets answers. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. I hope that the family gets answers. It's gonna take time, but it's gonna happen. Point blank period. Family gonna get answers. And I pray that it's answers that we can truly can believe in. Because it was a fair investigation and it's answers that make sense. Regardless, though. Yeah. Is there anything else y'all wanted me to touch on? Because we can touch on a lot. No? That's it? We go on to the stream? Dog, what the hell? Oh man. I gotta get off. I gotta get off here for the night. Yeah, I gotta get off here for the night. God bless y'all though. All right. Had a few more topics I want to get into. Ain't no need to get into it tonight. Tune back in tomorrow. I got a few updates that I was gonna touch on tonight, but it's getting late. I gotta go run. I got a couple of things I gotta handle tonight and a couple of things I gotta take care of. But I hope that y'all staying blessed out here. I hope that y'all are doing well. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. At the end of the day, it's just the beginning for us, man. You know, slowly but surely, we're going to continue to climb. We're going to continue to get to where we want to get to. For everybody that's tuning in on Really Gemz live, my second YouTube account, my first YouTube account, I put that in the chat. Right now, we on probation still. You know, it'd be like that. You know, we still on probation out here. You know, it's okay though. All right, we still on probation. It's okay. It's okay. You know, we're gonna be out. We're gonna be out. All right. Even though we're on probation, I promise you. We're gonna be fine. Okay. So y'all stay blessed out here. Continue to grind. Continue to go get the things that you want. Continue to go be great. And take things a day at a time. I promise you. Everything gonna work out the way it's supposed to. It's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. Just continue to do what you want to do. Go be great. Go be great. I didn't even know if Future was at the World Cup. He's sitting right behind Rihanna too. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, though. Jordan Seaton. Yeah, he was at Colorado, but boy, oh my goodness. Yeah. Ain't no need. Chat, what else we getting into, man? Before I get up out of here. Yeah, I got another 30 seconds before I change my mind. I'm trying to have y'all change my mind. Let me know in the chat what y'all want me to get into. What we diving into. All right. Let me know in the chat what we doing. All right, if you don't let me know now, I promise you. I promise you. I promise. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get up out of here. You got another 2 seconds and let me know what we're doing. Okay? Because if you don't, that's gonna be all she wrote. I would touch into Andrew Tate and all that crazy stuff, but ain't no need for all that. Ain't no need. Well, we don't cover the BS like that. We get into a little bit of BS. We don't get into that. Sports news and sports topics only. Jaylen Brown getting in his bag at the big three. Killing boys. That's sort of Jaylen Brown. We'll show y'all highlights of that, but it'd be like that. That's sort of streaming university. That's sort of funny Mike. First day out. Hilarious. But yeah, man. More of the story though. Continue to go after the things that y'all want. Continue to take things one day at a time. Yeah, continue to just go be great, bro. I really feel like it's something else that I wanted to talk about. But as I'm looking at my notes right now, I think we hit it all. I'm trying to get y'all to say something in the chat. What else y'all want me to cover? What else have y'all seen out here in these streets? Y'all ain't saying too much. Y'all ain't saying too much at all. All right? So it's cool though. It's cool. We're gonna be all right. All right, we're gonna be all right. But oh, that's crazy. What? Oh, that's crazy. We ain't getting into all that. Oh my goodness, dog. I gotta retire for the night, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. What is going on the internet these days, man? The stuff I see on my timeline, it should be a crime. It should really be a crime out here. Because man, they be posting anything out here. But I kind of want to touch on this. Thought this was oh snap. Hold on. Should we go ahead and talk about that real quick? Chat, what you think? Should we tap into some streaming university topics? Yeah. Oh no. It's on y'all. You let me know. Cause now it's getting spooky. Real spooky out here. Real spooky. When I say real spooky, it's getting real spooky out here. Hit that follow button though, chat. Show me some love. Make sure you subscribe. Do all those fun things. All right. Show your boy some love now. Don't be selfish. All right. Make sure also you send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend of another friend, little Johnny and little Timmy. Don't forget about little Susie too. Send this to everybody. All right. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, though, chat. Give me 2 seconds. Asthma attack. What? Whoa. Hold on, chat. Bear with me, chat. Trying to find this video chat. Hold on. We gonna get to the bottom of all this chat. I promise you. That's sort of Jerry Judy though. Jerry Judy. I showed a little bit of this video, but I ain't trying to get copyrighted on YouTube though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro, what? Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. This is probably the most wholesome thing that happened at Stream University. We can talk about this really fast. I wasn't really going to touch on it, but this woman right here who just do puzzles, who's a streamer. That's out of her. That's out of Cat too.
Do you stream yourself?
I do. I stream jigsaw puzzles.
You do jigsaw puzzles?
Yes.
What's your dream with that?
Got my own puzzle company. The business part is just, a lot for me to take on. But I would love to.
If you had help, would you want to do it?
Oh my goodness. To have a Gmail line of puzzles of my own. Oh, I would love to do that.
I'm Eddie, by the way. What's your name?
Adele. Call me Gmail. I like doing things because of what it does for my community. That when they see things happen for me, it makes them believe that if it can happen for me, that it can happen for anybody.
Amen.
And that's the part I love the most.
Are you doing a jigsaw right now?
Yeah, this one was just sitting out here on the table.
Can I try one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm bothering you. I'm sorry that.
You're not bothering me at all.
Are you sure?
I love company.
How long have you been doing jigsaw puzzles for?
My whole entire life.
Why'd you help me? You don't even know me.
I really just like people. And I like being around people. And you're the only one here now.
I'm gonna go tell my boss that you were really kind, so maybe he can talk to Kai for you. Okay? Have a blessed day.
Come with me. Okay?
Adele.
My employee came to me, right? He came to me. He said that you helped him out. So, I'm gonna do something for you.
Adele. My name's not Eddie.
If you stole from me. The angel.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the angel. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Can we surprise you real quick?
So let's surprise him.
Oh my goodness gracious.
On the count of three, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
$30,000.
Oh my goodness.
$30,000.
You can use this towards your puzzle shop.
Oh, you trying to get a puzzle shop? Are you building one?
That I said everybody wanted me to have my own puzzle company, right?
Whoa, yeah. So we gonna start our own. You gonna start your own. $30,000 for you.
Hold on, y'all. We streaming on YouTube too right now. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. All right, YouTube, let me live.
Good job, bro. Hey, listen, I just love puzzles. This woman's amazing. Out of everybody on campus, she was the one to help. So I love you so much. Okay? I'm so happy with you. I'm so happy for a reason.
Feel so holy, 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 holy. Oh God, running to the altar like a track star. Can't wait another second. Cause this is where you. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That holy song by Justin Bieber, probably top 5. Top 5 of Justin Bieber songs. Classic. Awesome song. Amazing song. I'm not gonna lie to you. Amazing. But yeah. To sum all this up though, dog. with casting out streaming university, that was probably one of the wholesome things I seen. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Hey, at the end of the day, dog, like, yeah. At the end of the day, it comes down to this right here. It comes down to this right here. What do you do for other people? How do you spread love? How do you spread joy? How do you show other people that you care? That's what it's about. Spreading love, spreading joy, spreading happiness. Period. Yeah, dog. Yeah. God bless America. God bless you. Keep grinding. Keep working. Yeah, dog. Have y'all seen this? All right, last thing before I get off here, because I'm just on here just strolling, bro. Not even talking. I'm gonna really get up out of here. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, but this is funny.
On this strike. Look at him now. Look at him now. He said, "Did he go? Did he hit me?" On this strike.
The fact that they really got slapping competitions. The money. You can make a sport out of anything. I told y'all last stream, sports make the world go round. And they do. But that's going to be the end of this stream. SO to all y'all beautiful people. SO to Nolan Wells and his family. May Nolan rest in peace. He was put to rest today. SO to him and his family. We started off this stream and this episode talking about Nolan Wells and everything that his family has gone through, everything that that's going on with it in the case. Pray that they get answers. SO to Shedeur Sanders, keep on balling, keep on doing your thing. Haters gonna hate. Who cares? SO to Cam Skattebo. Cam, stop doing backflips until you get on the field. So that way, if you do get hurt, it's on the New York Giants' dime, not yours. If you get hurt, you out for the season. Again, you was only second, third round pick. Yeah, you went crazy your first year, but NFL stands for what have you done for me lately? And they will quickly get you up out of there, no matter who you is. So we need you healthy. We need you on the field. So Cam, stop doing backflips. LeBron, yeah. I'm gonna be patient, big dog. I'm gonna be patient. Brian. We gonna wait on your decision. We ain't gonna rush you. We gonna be patient. We're gonna sit back. We're gonna relax. And whenever you let us know, that's how we gonna proceed. That's all the Brian. And then finally, that's all to you. If you stuck with me this whole time on stream, I appreciate you. If you at this point in the video, that means you're a real one. You're a trooper. Excuse me for standing at the screen these last few minutes. I ain't gonna lie to you, boys were strolling, thinking about some other topics that I wanted to hit on, but we gonna save them for tomorrow because the boys gotta go. But I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all stay blessed. Keep on living your best life. Keep on grinding. Keep on going after the things that you want. It's just a beginning for you. It's just a beginning for me. Keep on taking things one day at a time, and you're gonna ultimately get to where you want to get to. One day at a time, one moment at a time. And Yeah, it's only up from here. For me, and it's only up here from here, from you, for you too. All right. So without further ado, I love you. I appreciate you. It's just the beginning. All right. Slowly but surely, we building. We building. And we're going to keep on fucking building. All right. All right. I appreciate you in advance. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for always showing love. Once again, hit that follow button. Once again, send us to your mama, your daddy, your best friend, friend of another friend, Lil Johnny, Lil Timmy. Don't forget about Lil Susie, too. Don't forget about Lil Josh, too, who just moved up the street. Make sure you're sending this to everybody. All right, stop being selfish. Stop keeping all these gems to yourself, because you know that's not right. All right, send these gems to everybody. All right, I appreciate you in advance. Once again, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, hit those likes, turn on those notifications over on Golden Gems Media and over here, too, because we're going to be streaming over here a lot more, too. In gaming, living our best lives, per usual. But yeah, I appreciate you though. Blessings? Yeah, blessings. All right. Take it easy. See you soon. Deuces.
Hey, we live now, really.